Hi, excuse me. You want to know how the install font script works? Okay, can tell you. The idea is to get by without expensive font management software. It doesn't matter if it's for Mac or Windows, those programs cost money and somehow they never work, and then further development stops and you start looking for a new program again. The alternative is that you install every font you need in the system. Sure, that works too, but at some point there are too many fonts. The computer gets slow, the list becomes confusing. Plus, you don't know if you will accidentally use one customer's font in a file for another customer. You don't want that either. The script works like this. You open a file. InDesign reports that fonts are missing. You open the script, activate the corresponding customer or project font list. You ask the script to install the missing fonts from this folder. Then the script has to close the InDesign file briefly and open it again. And bam, the fonts are active. The idea of the install font script is that you create neat folders where the fonts are organized by customer or project. If you don't have this already, then it's perhaps a good opportunity to create this right now. By the way, where these folders are, on your computer or on the network, all together or distributed, is completely unimportant. Oh, one more thing. I'm showing you the script in its current version. It could look different if you already have a newer one. If you select one of these lists, you will see its content here. So these are the fonts of the customer or project folder. A little note: the script does not change these font folders. It only uses them. It copies fonts from these folders and put them somewhere else. So don't worry. If you have opened an InDesign file, you will see the fonts that the document needs here, no matter whether they are active or missing in the system. How does the script now manage to activate fonts? The script copies the found fonts in the document fonts folder, and thus these folders are available to the document. Oh, you don't know what the document fonts folder is? Let me explain. If you open an InDesign file and InDesign notices that some fonts are not available, InDesign looks to see if there is a folder called Document Fonts in the same folder where the file is located. If so, InDesign uses the fonts in that folder for this file. Very handy. You may know the folder if you have used InDesign's package function before. InDesign will create the folder on request. So document fonts is an ancient function in InDesign which we use for the functionality of our script. And because InDesign looks for the document fonts folder when you open an InDesign file, we have to close the InDesign file briefly and open it again. The script does that for you. Now, real quick to the other buttons in the script. Remove list from script. This will delete the selected font list completely from the script. Of course, you don't delete the folder from which the list was created, but only the entry of the list. Rename list in script does exactly that. You simply give the list a different name. Update list. If a font has been added or deleted in the project or customer folder, click on this button. Then the script is up to date again. Install document fonts from all lists. You need a font for the active InDesign file, but you can't find it in the corresponding customer or project folder. You suspect that the font is in any of the other customer or project folders. Then use this button, and the script will search for the font in all other font lists and copy the font to your document fonts folder. The three buttons below refer only to the font lists selected above. If you have activated one of the font lists above, you can use the button Install All Fonts to copy all fonts of the list into your document fonts folder. Why? Well, maybe you want to use one of these fonts and it is not used in your document yet. Install selected fonts. If you select one of the fonts in the folder, you can copy exactly that font into your document fonts folder to use it in your document. Install document fonts from list. We just had this one. It installs exactly the fonts you need for the active document from the selected list. Yes, you are right. This script does not completely replace font management software. You can't look at fonts and see if they are suitable and look nice. The font is only available in InDesign. If you need it in Photoshop, Illustrator, or any other program, then you need another solution. But if you work only or mainly in InDesign, the script can be a great relief. Yes, when you work with this script, many copies of the fonts are made. But one of the advantages of the document fonts folder is that if you share your data on the network with several colleagues, they will also benefit. Because these fonts in the document fonts folder are, of course, available to your colleagues. They open the InDesign file and have no more problems with missing fonts. And when you archive a project, you automatically have the fonts you need with you and don't have to go looking for them 5 years from now when you open the project again. What I want to emphasize again is that the script does not mess up your fonts in any step. It does not delete any fonts on your server or computer. It only puts font files into the document fonts folder. So, and now have fun and success with working with Install Fonts.